Earth has a lot to offer for those who have a bird's eye view. Some are so unbelievable that if they weren't filmed and there wasn't any video evidence, most people would doubt that they exist for whatever happened from a shark close call to a hidden glacier. If a drone didn't capture this, no one would believe this. So in this video, we are going to talk about drone captures, something what no one was able to see before. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Into the glory hole. This quote-unquote whirlpool right here is the famous glory hole on Lake Berries in California. This huge hole right here continues to mesmerize and amaze all the visitors that witnessed it in person. Some say that it even looks like a portal to another world. Well, we'll see about that. A drone managed to capture the exact moment that this duck fell into the glory hole. Well, it didn't seem like the duck was all too worried about what was about to happen, and it kind of just went with the flow of the water. The glory hole, or officially the Morning Glory Spillway, is a hole in the Monticello Dam. It's a spillway that helps to decrease the water in the dam every time it overflows. The pipe that makes up this hole measures 72 feet across, and there's a 200-foot drop if you ever fall down the hole at the bottom. The opening in the pipe narrows down to 28 feet, where it directs the water to the Buddha Creek, where it eventually flows into the Yola Bypass. Now let's get back to the duck. Well, if you're asking me if the duck is still alive, the man present during the scene really doesn't know if it is. Whale visit. The ocean packs a lot of surprises. For instance, the beach goers in Dana Point Harbor were in for a pleasant surprise when a gray whale showed up and swam inside the harbor for a couple of hours. Many people were amazed by the gentle giant in the water, and this drone managed to capture a very spectacular video. It seemed that the whale accidentally separated from its pod and ended up swimming inside the harbor until it finally found its way back. It seemed that this whale's pod was migrating towards Alaska. Spending a good day on the harbor is a great experience, but nothing beats seeing a majestic whale in the waters. Numeration. If you don't know about this wonderful phenomena yet, then just watch and be amazed. A drone managed to capture some starlings in the middle of numeration. The name came from the sound their tiny wings produce as they dance in the air. Starling numeration is a stunning sight to see, with hundreds of birds flocked together forming one huge swarm that looks as if they're dancing in patterns across the sky. At least 500 of these starlings form patterns across the sky and make up a huge cloud-like swarm. Their numbers, however, can easily rise up to 50,000. The reason why starlings do this is quite unknown. However, we do have some theories as to why they do it. First is to protect themselves from predators. After all, a bigger swarm moving in a coordinated manner is a good form of defense, much like our schools of fish like sardines do in the ocean. And the second theory is that they fly in swarms like this to keep themselves warm at night. Even today, scientists are still baffled as to why these birds form some curious shapes across the sky. Before we move on, support us by hitting subscribe and the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. Now let's get back to our topic. Tiger toy. Drones can be quite expensive, so these tigers may just be spoiled. A drone was operating above the Siberian tiger enclosure in China's Heilongjiang province. The tigers, which admittedly look a bit overweight, seem to be very curious about the weird thing flying above their enclosure. They easily caught the attention of these cuddly tigers, or rather these fierce hunters. The lot immediately pinned down the drone as their prey, and in the end, these tigers managed to bring down the drone and reduce it to a chew toy. But don't worry though, because the remains of this drone were immediately taken by the staff that entered the enclosure in a safe vehicle. Dog finder. This dog right here is named Millie. Just earlier this year, Millie was stranded in the treacherous mud falls, and as the tide dangerously rose, they had no way to get to her safely. Instead, the firefighters and coast guards trying to save her had to be creative in a rescue mission. Since she denied every effort of reaching her, the authorities employed a drone with a dangling sausage. That's right. And just like a natural response, merely followed the sausage lured by its scent. The drone led Millie to a safer spot until the authorities were able to get her and bring her back to her owner, nervously waiting for her. Apparently, Millie is actually a rescue dog that slipped her collar while they were out for a walk in Hampshire. Millie's owner was very thankful to everyone that worked together to save her dog. I guess this is one of the breakthroughs in dog rescues, a drone and a piece of cooked sausage. Ghost Town. Now here's one intriguing video. When Utah was hit by extreme drought, the dry environment uncovered a hidden ghost town that's normally under a reservoir in the state. The drone captured the video of the unearthed town built way back in 1860. However, ever since the late in the 1950s century, it's been abandoned and remained covered under the waters of the Rockport Reservoir. The town of Rockport only had around 100 to 200 people over the years, and it started to decline in the 1930s until it was completely abandoned. Of course, as the dam was built, Some of the buildings were removed so they can be preserved for history, including the old town, chapel, and school. Drone films its own rescue. While drones have been very useful in a lot of rescue and delivery missions, sometimes these things also need some rescuing. For example, in this video, you'll see a drone capture its very own rescue. It seems that these two gentlemen lost control of their drone, and they had no way of controlling back toward them. The camera was coincidentally pointing right in their direction, and it captured the two men running frantically toward the drone, which was slowly falling into the water, just like a man running on pure adrenaline. This guy in the red shirt immediately jumped into the water and swam as fast as he could to retrieve the drone before it could even touch the water. I'm not going to lie, that's some amazing dedication right there. But then again, the drone would probably be unrecognizable if it fell down to the water, judging from the water's depth. Hidden glacier. This site right here is probably one of the best discoveries made by a drone. The Himalayan mountain range is already one of the most scenic places on Earth. The Alps may be treacherous, but it provides many beautiful natural formations. Almost 15,000 glaciers of various shapes and sizes have been discovered in the 2,400 kilometers of land, and there are still more to be discovered. This one glacier in particular was uncovered thanks to renowned Polish photographer David Kessler. Knows the drone capture a stunning glacier surrounded by a 65-foot-wide water pool. And let me tell you, it looks stunning. The setting looks like it's out of this world. And with the right lighting, it looks so surreal that the drone helped Vasyl Kowalski to locate the glacier and photograph it up close. He already knew when he reached the location up close that this glacier is different and it can give him some perfect shots. And it surely did. Shark close call. There are a lot of creatures lurking in the ocean that can easily spook anyone out. The worst thing about it is, you may not even be aware they're lurking just a few meters away from you while you're enjoying the ocean waters. In October 2020, this drone caught a heart-stopping moment on video. A family was enjoying their time in the water kayaking, oblivious to the monstrous predator lurking just a few meters away from them. The shark followed the yellow kayak for a few minutes. Then this story could have ended differently had it not been for the man operating the drone. The family started to notice the shark because of the drone, and they immediately huddled together to appear larger and hopefully deter the shark from approaching them further. Thankfully, after a couple more minutes, the shark decided to leave. The encounter may have been a terrifying one, but in the end, no one was harmed in the incident. Did you know that researchers suggest that out of the shark bites made on surfboards and even boats, almost all of them were done out of curiosity? Yes, you heard that right. Researchers found out that sharks mostly bite humans out of curiosity or confusion. Aside from defending themselves, these creatures often try to jump boats, surfboards, and maybe even a human leg if it piqued their interest. Of course, a shark bite isn't a good thing, but you can't deny that these creatures are cute. Then again, compared to sharks, humans are much scarier, easily claiming and hunting approximately 100 million sharks each year. Desert ghost town Sharjah, UAE, a place in the United Arab Emirates called Al Madam, is now a ghost town. It's been abandoned and forgotten about for a long time. The whole place, which people in the area called the Buried Village, is now very quiet compared to how it once was. Upon a time, it was a small but bustling village. People who live in the area say that the owl could be a tribe used to live there, and they're among the 3 prominent tribes living in the vicinity of Al Madam. So what really went on here? Why is the once bustling town now all buried in sin? No one's really sure what happened. But stories told that a bad jinn, which is a supernatural creature that Muslims believed could have scared the people away. Some also think that the harsh desert climate was another reason why people moved away. No one knows what happened in the town's mysterious past, but it has been deserted for more than a decade. If you ever tried to check out the abandoned village of Al Madam, get ready to walk a lot, as it's a long way from anywhere. And as you get closer to the village, you will see well-built, well-kept houses that are half covered in sand. Yeah, it's a sad sight. But after a while, that evil Chan vibe starts to take over, and you'll want to just run for your life. So that's it. Please like, share, and comment with your thoughts below if you like this video. Remember to subscribe to see our next video. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.